All right, y'all. Let's go through some updates. Let's see where the market is and what we are going to be doing. Hope y'all been having a good week so far. I still have not cracked open a trade. I did put a pending order in, but as far as cracking open a trade, still been having to wait because unfortunately the DXY has not went anywhere. So almost going on the last week and a half, we have been inside of this box after a nice momentum push, a nice movement towards the downside. Now, where we are now in the DXY, we have tomorrow's CPI. So NFP did not do it last week. NFP actually just striked us down, swept the low, and then as you can see, we've just been building back towards the upside. So literally just a hunt of the low. Now, we are still in this range on the daily time frame of this box. Now, y'all can see kind of what I'm showing y'all for y'allself, so don't really have to explain too much, but we are at a counter trend line right now as well inside of premium. So if we are to, again, continuously to hold this low and to break above, I would say 100.060 or 100.200, then we could be looking at upside back towards I would say at least 102.250 ish, and then we'd be looking at an ABC corrective pattern from this point. So I think since NFP did not do it, tomorrow's CPI news most likely would give us the movement. So at some point it has to break out of this range. So it's already going on 2 weeks. So usually it don't take that long, so a max maybe 3 weeks, right? But I think tomorrow we might see the direction that the market wants to head. So for now, I'm gonna continue to be patient. No movements as far as for me on this. If we break above, then all of those options that I've been sharing with y'all for the last few weeks are pretty much back on the card, and we are looking for those movements, which I'll explain shortly. If we break below, then most likely next week we'll be looking at some short-term continuation trades towards the downside for a little bit deeper of a pullback into around here. So a deeper pullback into here. This is where I'm going to make my basically second assumption. If it does break this low and continue towards the downside, this is where I'm going to be looking at next. And then if we crash this low, then at that point we're looking at a whole nother shift, most likely to take this low first. So that is what I am going to be looking at overall over the next, I would say 2-3 days, just mainly seeing what's going to happen. On the weekly time frame, we got that impulsive move towards the downside, immediately lost momentum by the following candle. Okay, and so that was last week of pretty much doing nothing, right? And so now here we are this week of that slight push up. So either we are just making a wick right now, and then tomorrow's news is just going to impulse us down to end up closing the week bearish, or we are going to see this end up bullish engulfing and closing above this, candle and closing the week bullish. And then next week, of course, we would definitely be looking at some short-term small correction. Then what kind of line is that? Short-term corrections and then continuation towards the upside. So that is y'all's DXY update. So it would look something like this and then continuation up. So that's DXY. Again, continue to be patient. It's not always time to trade. EURUSD. So on EU, I do have a trade to share with y'all though. So stay tuned for that. But EURUSD, I am looking for, if we get that push towards the upside for the DXY, if it does hold the low and continue up, then EU is going to crash from here. As long as it respects this high, it's going to crash from here and make a new low. If we are to go for the DXY actually breaking towards the downside, then this is just going to shoot up. I was looking for maybe something like this, and then maybe the push up if it didn't want to go for the full downside sweep anymore. But this probably not going to be able to get a trade on this one. So this week looks like it's just going to be something I'm just watching on as far as like the analyzing and doodle side of things. So nothing there on EU. Let's be patient. Let's see what CPI does for us, and then we'll get a little bit more clarity on the DXY, then I'll know exactly where and the rest are going. So GU, this one, same thing. Again, CPI tomorrow. That's the next major news where we could see some momentum in the market, and that could break us out, right? So that's what I'm going to be waiting on still for these as well. But it'd be nice to see this retrace and then continue up. But it's a conflict of interest because, again, if the DXY is ready to continue back towards the upside, then essentially you would see GU not respect this area and actually just crash back towards the downside. So even after the news tomorrow, so like I'm not going to be trying to trade immediately after the news. It'll most likely be Thursday where I wait for the market to settle and for at least that daily candle to close, etc. And then that should give me a little bit more conviction on what the market wants to do. Now, all of this I'm saying right now depends on if we finally break out of this consolidation that we have been in on the DXY for the last week and a half. So if tomorrow, for any reason, same way like NFP decides to just not break out, then unfortunately that leaves us to waiting a little bit longer, y'all. So it is what it is. But that is the DXY pairs. Now, I have been hunting through all pairs, trying to find y'all what I can, wherever I can. Oil, of course, is going to be a no-brainer. The thing is, it's kind of already started to move, but you would want to look for a small correction, then continuation up on oil. Any small correction, continuation towards the upside on oil, because it should be continuing towards the upside for sure. So, oil. I was looking at gold as well. It looks like the low on gold might be in. So we might not be making another low. This area here is going to be key for gold. If it respects this area, you're going for another low. If not, then it's actually going to go take this high first, and then you'll probably see somewhere in here we get some type of reaction before a continuation up. But I personally don't see my strategy on this, so it's not something that I would personally take. But what I do have for y'all is something that I saw on silver. So it does have our strategy on it. Now, it just depends on if we are able to get price action to retrace into premium. Now, if we can get it to retrace into premium, then I will be looking for a movement towards the upside. If not, it's just going to continue up. And our first target zone is going to be here for silver. So hopefully what I'm looking at right now, we'll continue to be patient against CPI tomorrow. We'll see how everything in the market shakes up, whatever. But if we start to break down and continue to break down from here, we should get a really nice trade out of this range up and into this range. So that is the next trade that I will be watching with the team. Hopefully we're able to get some type of action this week, even if it's just a retracement down into our, entry zone, and we're able to maybe look at some executions on Friday or something like that, whatever the case may be. But as long as we start breaking down, and it doesn't matter if it comes this week or next week, if we start to break down, then that will tell me that the trade is coming. So at that point, I know that money is about to be easily made off of this. So I just want to see it start to break down, get a little bit down here, then I know kind of where it's going. Now, I do need to update this. So seeing that is now the high, if it does break down from there, then everything kind of gets a little bit more readjusted. So that is what we would be looking at right there. So a little bit higher on the entry as well. I personally would probably look for somewhere around here. Alrighty. So that's what I'm looking at for the rest of the week. Guys, outside of that, man, that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all are in the free Telegram community chat room. The link is down below. That's where I'm going to be posting all these updates. Our website information is down below. The broker that I use is down below. That's really all I got for y'all. Also, if y'all are interested in joining the Signals group, the link to that is in the description as well. Yeah, man. Let's see what we got. 2 more weeks until our next mentoring giveaway as well, mentoring package giveaway. So drop a comment down below to enter the giveaway as well. We're still doing that. I think it's been every 4 weeks. So I think it's been 2 weeks since the last one so far. So we got about another 2 weeks. So I think literally the end of this week and then the end of next week, and then we'll be doing the drawing. So trying to give away as much as I can for y'all, help y'all as much as I can and give some of y'all who, I know can't afford necessarily the package, which honestly, it's pretty cheap. And I always give y'all discounts, but give y'all a chance to win the package, man. Win a life-changing opportunity, upgrade y'all's trading, take things to the next level, get inside the community, get the help you need. So if you don't want to wait on the giveaway, you can always just join on up. The link to our website is down below. Other than that, y'all, I will catch y'all later. We still are on our streak as well. I don't know how many weeks it's been. We haven't really traded the last 2 weeks, so I'm not really going to say that, the last 2 weeks we've made money. But before the last 2 weeks, we took 2 trades, and one was a positive, one was a negative, but overall profitable. So it was kind of a slow week. But before then, it was just straight. I can't even tell you the last time we lost a trade. Before then, it was like, it's been almost like 11, 12 weeks. So even from now, calculating all of the weeks, 15, 16 weeks or so, only one losing trade, y'all, out of 15, 16 weeks. So I mean, it's still crazy. So much love, man. I will catch y'all later. Again, I'm not the type of trader to just try to rush into trades. That's why my accuracy is so damn high. That's why I'm so consistent, is because I wait on the right trade and not just try to take any trade. So I will continue to wait on the right trade so that my account balance can continue to grow, right? And I can continue to withdraw. I don't like losing we can just take any trade and lose the trade, and then you take step backs in your account. You take a loss in your account. So it's like, then the whole time you just sitting there like, damn, why did I take that trade? I shouldn't even have took it. I should have just, I don't know, went outside or something, played in the grass or something, Like, you start thinking about all these reasons why you shouldn't have took that trade. So just don't take the trade. If it's not a premium trade, if it's not a high quality trade, just don't take the trade. It's that simple. You don't have to be in the market trading, y'all. Some of y'all done got addicted to just being in the market, which I get it, because I went through that phase as well. But you don't have to be in the market trading. Everybody has a life outside of trading. So you can go do like regular life stuff if you don't see any analysis or any opportunities. We all see the market differently as well. I trade with my own strategy. So there's things that I see, and then, you might have your own strategy, and there's things that you might see. You might see things that are, available to trade. I might not. So, we completely see the market differently. So that's like a whole nother thing. But overall, one thing we all can see, and that's the same, is that the DXY has been pretty much in this box for the last week and a half. So there's no arguing with that. So it hasn't really went anywhere. So that's mainly why I'm on chill mode. So, all right, y'all, much love. Catch y'all later.